Just a wonderful atmosphere. Two great teams. Northwestern's doing it the right way. They get great student athletes that played their heart out. Really played smart today as well. So congratulate them. That obviously is a big win to get that 10th win in this league is terrific. And and for us, our kids are a bit devastated right now because we fought so hard to stay in a game, get ahead in the game. Just had some unusual things happen, and you end up losing the game that way. So it had to be an absolutely perfect pass to make that happen. If we don't switch the screen, then McIntosh could get loose, and with 1.7. With 1.7, you can take a dribble and get a 15-footer. So to answer your question, so we decided to switch it. And they're going to have to make Hardin's not going to make that shot unless it's a layup, and it's a perfect pass. So those of you that want to put a man on the ball, it doesn't make any difference. If the guy is way back, you waste a man. So that's why sometimes we wouldn't put a man on the ball, and we just get a man at the basket and keep that happen. So putting a man on the ball this time backfired for us, but because it was a dead inbounds, we thought it was the right thing to do.
John, after a finish like that, to compare this to football a little bit, I know Jim said after the Michigan State game a couple of years ago that kind of put steel in his team's spines and they built off it. Is that your plan going forward with your team after they kind of get over what just happened?
No, I think, we've had 2 overtime losses now on the road. Both times we just didn't shoot well from the foul line again. Now, we got a lot of steel in our spine already. We don't need any more. These kids will just keep working at it. And now the whole thing is we got to find positives out of this game because Nebraska's no easier to win as well, no easier team to beat as well. So we got to go there Sunday, 8 p.m. Stay up and watch that one. It's going to be late. It's Sunday night, and we got to be 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have to be back ready to play. Senior night for Tim Miles and his team, and they're playing for a lot as well.
Was Zach's shot there probably not what you wanted at that point?
Well, with 10 seconds, you can set something up. We just wanted to go and just play off the action. I wish Muhammad would have maybe kept going to the basket because what do they want? They don't want to foul at that point. I recall, but, he had a pretty good look at the basket, but there wasn't a set there, because it was off a miss. And I could have called timeout. We could run something at the same time, but my off feeling is 10 seconds to go, full court. Let them play basketball, and hopefully you're going to get fouled. You're going to find something good, spread the floor, and go. And I loved having Muhammad with the ball, and we did get a good shot. It would have been fantastic if Zach could have made that. It didn't happen.
John, the last pass is pretty gutsy pass, right? I mean, if that ball goes out of bounds, you guys get it underneath your.
That is correct. That is correct. That would have been nice to have it with 1.7 left, but it's just a fantastic pass. Sometimes you can't. It reminds me of Christian Leitner's shot. I mean, there's some things you try and do everything you can. Derek worked like crazy to go get that ball. He's a pretty good jumper. I mean, not only was it had to be right, or Derek can go up high and get it. He could do everything he can, but it was perfect play.
John, did you get to talk to Chris Collins after the game?
Yeah. He
good.
After they got done, and I'm glad they were able to celebrate that. It was a great basketball game. No, I didn't shake the team's hands because they were all out there, and it wasn't on purpose. I didn't feel like waiting around and let them. They needed to celebrate. They didn't need to shake my hand.
How do you feel about this Northwestern team? Do you think it's definitely tournament worthy?
I'm never going to make any. If I don't make judgments on myself, I'm not. But they're really good. I think our league. This is what I'll say. Our league is really good. And if you have a 500 above record in this league, you are really a good basketball team. You're one of the best teams in the country. And now that they have their 10th win, they're assured of 10-8. Maybe they get 11, right? And so if you're in that part, means top of the Big Ten, just watch out when this league gets into league play. I think we were in a huge transition year. And early in the year, that teams that were maybe had some misfortune in the challenge or whatever, didn't win, are now much better basketball teams. We've seen some great evolution of the teams like Illinois that's really playing well. Minnesota, all these teams are really playing well. So NCAA tournament will bear that out. And I'm sure the people on the selection committee will understand when they see. Anybody saw that game tonight? Say those are 2 great teams. Those teams need to be both playing in postseason. But that's up to them.
I don't know. Were you asked about Derek? I just came in a little bit late. Were you asked about Derek already?
No.
Okay. Can you just, his second half performance, you saw from him, and was he a little gassed last few minutes there?
Well, I don't know. I would have lucky. He ended up, we probably drove too much, but before that, just put our head down. But he had just had a great second half. And, you're guarding McIntosh. You're giving everything you can to stay in front of him. So it was really he did everything we do. He's devastated by that right now. He's probably more because he's not 6'10" with long arms and could get that ball. But he's really a terrific kid. And he played his tail off.
Derek, he had that layup attempt with, I think, 40 seconds left. How come you didn't opt for a timeout there to maybe drop a play?
Say it again.
Derek, when he had that layup attempt with about 40 seconds left, you opted to let it ride out instead of take a timeout. What was your decision?
I can't
there?
remember the call you're even talking about. Who?
Derek, he had the driving layup.
Yeah.
And he missed it with like 40 seconds left.
Yep.
You didn't call a timeout there.
Well, they had the ball.
No, you had the ball when Walton drove and missed the layup.
And he ended up coming out?
40 seconds left there for the layup.
Because he was shooting a layup. I don't recall the play. I don't recall what happened.
Call a timeout to set up a play before that.
With 40, when he had the driving layup. Yeah, I called a play. They were running a play that I wanted to run a play. Then it broke down. Shot clock like low. I had to trust him at that point. We could have reset and done something, but I had to trust him when the shot clock went down. And obviously, he'd like to have that last shot back. But at that point, he got to the rim several times, right? So we thought he'd get there. He got hung up. He took a shot, didn't go in.
For Vic Law, it was a night where he kind of switched roles. Walton got the best of him offensively, but he was much improved when he had the ball offensively. How important was he, and then what challenges does he bring?
Both him and Lindsey, I think, if you look at their numbers, these guys have been in a funk. They haven't been making open shots for the last, I think they're 2 and 3 in the last 5 games, and they haven't been making open shots. And tonight, they're home. They really played well, and they made those shots. So Chris, they've run some great action. That wasn't the issue. The issue was they run an NBA short action that we hadn't seen a whole lot from them in the scout we had, and it really hurt us tonight. And it is very tough to defend. The NBA has trouble defending it, so it's going to be trouble for us to defend it as well. But it's really good action. They passed the ball well. They did a good job.
What was the violation on the free throw, on the Wagner free throw?
Yeah, I was trying to huddle our guys up, and somebody said it's a 1-and-1, and Derek, was it Derek? I think he ran in like he'd be at the line. I have no idea why he did that. And because we didn't have anybody at the line, but I was trying to tell them what they were going to run at the other end and just use that time because we wouldn't have put any probably into the line. And he stepped on the line, and you can't go over the line once the guy's got the ball. So that was a tough break. That's a first. That's a first.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thanks.